Yo, what's going on, guys? This is your boy Trillionaire Mac, and welcome back to another video. Hope you guys are doing good. Hope you guys are staying safe in the markets. If you are not subscribed to the YouTube channel, before we get into this breakdown, I want you to subscribe to the YouTube channel and I want you to share this with a friend. All right? Leave a like on the video and leave a comment. Now, I've been getting a lot of questions about whether or not I use Fibonacci to trade. I do have some Fibonacci content for you guys, but if you guys want that content, I need at least 5 of you guys to drop in the comments down below and let me know that you want that Fibonacci content. If we have at least 5 people, let's say you guys want the Fibonacci content, then you guys can be expecting some Fibonacci educational content coming your way. All right. So with that being said, in this video, we are going to be breaking down a USDJPY trade that was called inside the Telegram community. So for those of you who are already in the Telegram community, you guys are already profiting on this trade. You guys are already up over 7, 8%, whatever it is. We will go over it within the video. But for those of you who aren't a part of my Telegram community, this is going to be an excellent time for you guys to pause the video, click the link in the description, and join the Telegram community. Now, why do you need to join the Telegram community? If you are not someone who's able to call these trades on your own, if you're not someone who's able to make money on a daily basis, and if you're someone who wants to be able to day trade with me randomly throughout the week, the Telegram community is going to be for you. There's no point in struggling. There's no point in hoping or wishing that your trades go through when you guys have someone like me who is willing to give you guys this information and willing to give you guys these trades day in and day out, week in and week out. Now, for those of you who also traded with me this morning, a part of the Telegram community, hopefully you guys were able to catch that gold move to the downside. We will be breaking that down in another video, but this video is going to be all about USDJPY. So with that being said, subscribe to the YouTube channel, leave a like, drop a comment, and let's get into the video. So this breakdown is going to be slightly different than the previous breakdowns that you guys are used to, simply because we're going to be going based off the H4 time frame and working our way down to the M15 where the entry was taken. So you guys know me, I love to take my entries on the M1 and the M5 time frame. But the M1 and the M5 time frame are not always going to be the best type of time frames to take these entries on, especially depending on what type of results you want the trade to actually produce. Now, all of that information is within the course, so I'm not going to go into detail with what I just said, but if you're someone who is questioning what I just said and you want to know more, get in contact with me and I'm going to give you a discount on my institutional trading course. All right. So starting out on the H4, if we're looking at structure, we can see that price creates uptrend structure here. All right. So we have a low, we have a high, we have a higher low, and then we have a higher high breaking to the upside. What was responsible for creating this higher high was whatever buy positions banks, institutions, or funds placed into the market right here within this area. Now, I know you guys are probably wondering, how does Mac know that institutions placed buy orders here? And if you're wondering that, no worries. All that information is within the institutional trading course, and you're only one click away from understanding exactly what to do within these markets, right? So as price came back down to this area, okay, those of you within the Telegram community, you guys knew already why we were looking at this area and when we were looking for price to push down to this region, all right? But as price moved down to this region, an alert went off right here within the Telegram community. All right, and once that alert went off, what we were able to do was break this down to the lower time frames to see exactly how to take advantage of price, right? As you guys can see, these trades take a while to formulate, okay, which is great for individuals who, let's say you have a 9 to 5, right? And let's say you don't have 8 hours to spend on the charts or 4 hours to spend on the charts. That is absolutely fine. The way that the institutional trading course breaks down this information, you can either be a swing trader, a day trader, an intraday trader, or let's say you only want to check the charts once a week, then you can be a position trader, right? It's all about understanding what the market is doing and then being able to take advantage of the time frames, right? So let's go ahead and hop down to the lower time frame and let's look at this region right here. I'll see you guys there. All right, so now that we're on the M15 time frame, what happened with price? Price pushed into this region here. Okay, we see that we have some type of sweep of liquidity, price gives us a mitigation, and then we start to push to the upside and we have a change of momentum with price essentially telling us that it wants to end this downtrend here and pick up this uptrend. Okay, and that's very, very important. Now, there's some type of demand that had to come into the market within these areas in order to push price to the upside. That is what you should be thinking when you see something like this. So where's that demand? Based on the institutional trading course and based on how we refine, we have demand here, okay, and we have a little bit of demand here. Now, I also used volume priced fixed range in order to find this demand here, okay? It's something that I don't really teach publicly, but if you guys want to know more information about how you can use this tool here in order to figure out where the most volume is in order to understand where supply and demand is. Also, feel free to drop it in the comments because I don't mind, making an educational video for you guys about this tool right here because there's many ways to use it and my students are very proficient with it. So we have demand that comes into the market here and we have demand that comes into the market at this region here, right? So as price leaves this region, okay, what you don't want to do is chase the trade. Those of you within the Telegram community, right, we simply just set alerts within these areas. As you guys can see, we still have an alert set here, okay, and we simply just wait for price to come back into our regions. So if we move forward just a little bit, as you guys can see, price came right back down into this region, okay, and tagged us in. Now, within this area, I'm also going to give you guys 2 trade opportunities that you guys can look to possibly take buys from, and in an area where you guys can possibly look to take sells from. Okay, we talked about this earlier this week. Okay, but we actually didn't talk about the buy position. So I'm going to give you guys some free sauce on this video so you guys can make some money right along with me and come join the Telegram community. I mean, why not? All right, so in this area here, we can see that price tags us into this demand region right here. Okay, we entered the market here. We risked about 16.5 pips. This is a higher time frame trade. Okay, we have hit our first target being this supply zone here, right? But I'm actually looking to take profit at the higher time frame H4 highs, which we'll go over in a second. We're not going to go over right now, but we'll go over in a second when we talk about those targets, right? So price tapped into this region here. Now, what happened when price tapped into this region? We saw a sweep of liquidity here. We saw failed reaction, and then we see demand came into the market to take out those failed reactions, give us this change of character, and also give us this supply failure, right? We have demand that came into the market here and also demand that came into the market here, right? Now, our first target on this trade, okay, was simply just this supply region here, okay, for about 4.73%, which is 47% of an FTMO account challenge finished within one trade. Now, for those of you who got tagged in and then we saw, price consolidating just a little bit, what I want you guys to understand is supply and demand that's coming into the market will sometimes cause the market to do this here. Okay, in this case, this was simply just accumulation, and we're waiting on the last test to actually get into the market with these trades right here. Okay, so what are we going to be waiting for? As it relates to what price is doing now, we know that we have demand that came into the market here, and we know that we have demand that came into the market here. We have a little bit of inducement, okay, resting right here above this region. Okay, we don't necessarily have any inducement above this region here. Okay, but that's completely fine. So what do I want you guys to do? What I want you guys to do is I want you guys to set alerts at these regions right here. Okay. Now, for those of you within the Telegram community, you guys are going to get my lower time frame entries once price taps into this region. For everyone else who's not a part of the Telegram community, what you guys can do is just use your own entry model, use your own entry method, whether it's a candlestick pattern, whether it's a rejection, whatever you guys decide to use in order to take advantage of this trade. Everyone else, you guys know I have you covered within the Telegram community, right? It pays to be a part of that Telegram community. And you guys are only paying $1 a day in order to take advantage of my higher time frame setups and receive my daily outlooks as well as my random New York trading sessions. All right, you can't really beat that price, honestly, if you ask me, because when springtime comes around, that price will be going up. That price will definitely be going up. We provide way too much value. We've seen way too many individuals pass their FTMO account challenge with those trades. Man, it's absolutely phenomenal. So when price comes back down to this area, okay, you guys can take a risk entry, okay, risking about, I would say, round this up to about 10 pips. Let's go ahead and round that up. You know what, let's use 9. Yeah, let's use 9 pips. And this trade here, 6.5 should be good to go. Let's round that up to 7 just in case. And then we'll be looking to take profit somewhere around these areas right here, okay? So that's a free trade for you guys. So not only did we do a trade breakdown going from the H4 time frame down to the M15, taking an M15 risk entry, but you guys are also able to hop into the market with us if price comes back down to these regions, right? Now, I do have my end-all be-all trade here for around 18.43%, risking 10 pips, looking to collect around 184 pips, right? And if this trade gets triggered, not saying it will, okay, because price could definitely just come to this region and then continue pushing to the upside. But if price comes down to this area, I also want you guys to be active and catch the trade right along with me, right? Now, let's talk about this region here. What are we going to be looking for with this region right here. Essentially, I'm going to be looking for an entry to take place within this higher time frame zone here. Now, I'm not going to break down exactly how I take my entries. I save that for the mentorship program and the Telegram community. All right, yes, you guys heard correctly. Within that Telegram community, I not only give you guys the valid zones that I'm looking for price to play from, but I also give you guys the valid entry schematic that I use at those valid zones, right? So not only can you guys trade right along with me, okay, but you know that you're going to be trading right along with the banks, the institutions, and the funds, right? Trading smart money concepts, as retail traders call it, is very, very straightforward, right? You want to keep your strategy as simple as possible. You don't want to overthink things, and you simply just want to allow the market to do what it does. So in this case here, allowing the market to do what it does will continue to produce us these results over and over and over again. Now let's talk about the target for this trade here, this higher time frame trade. So based on the H4 time frame, okay, I will be targeting this region right up here within this area, and I want you guys to target this region right along with me. So right here. So we're going to actually be looking to collect around 6.96% on this trade, and right now we're about halfway through this entire push. Now if we get a sell opportunity here, I will take the sell. Okay, and I'll essentially hedge. So here I'll be looking for the sell to push to the downside. Here I'll be looking for another buy to push to the upside. Once we get this buy here, I'll close this sell here. I'll leave this trade open, and then we'll look to take profit on both buy positions right up here within this area, right? Now, hedging is very, very dangerous if you do not know how to do it properly. Now, for those of you who are preparing for my master class that is coming very, very soon, we will be talking about hedging within the day trading masterclass. So not only will you guys be proficient at waking up in the mornings, getting prepared for New York session, getting into a trade before you go to work, getting out of the trade during your lunch break, okay, or however you decide to do it, not only will you be proficient with day trading, but you'll also be proficient with understanding how to properly hedge the market, right? I know you guys have heard Trump say we make money whether the market is up, whether the market is down. The reason why they're able to make money no matter if the market is up and down is because first, they're able to hedge themselves. Okay, they're able to invest into this asset because they understand that it's going to hedge against another asset. Now with trading currency, it makes it very easy because we have two assets in one. As you guys can see, this asset right here is USD versus the Japanese yen. That means we can either hedge the Japanese yen against the US dollar, or we can hedge the US dollar against the Japanese yen. So no matter which asset is doing good or bad, we're able to hedge the market and still produce results, right? So that is why it's important that you guys really, really understand this concept of hedging, right? Now it's not for everybody, but for those of you who do understand, it's going to take your trading to the next level. Now with that being said, if you guys do have any questions, feel free to drop them down in the comments below, all right? Check out the Telegram community. Man, there's so much value within that Telegram community, especially if you're someone who wants to pass your FTMO challenge. The Telegram community is going to be for you. Those funded traders that have already passed, make sure you guys drop in the comments down below. Share with everyone else those numbers that you guys were able to do, how quickly you guys were able to pass those challenges, and things like that. I'll be looking in the comments, ready to hear from you guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Much love. Peace out.